Good day and welcome to your favorite sport program on TV, talking interestingly on Sport Today, Plus Sport. I'm Mudashiru Shitu, and always we'll be hearing your feedback on how you'll be getting the trending top content as regards to sport. Throughout this week, there have been many interesting sports stories for our viewers across the globe. And today, we have to talk about another trending sports stories, talking about the 2022-23 Nigerian Women Football League called Super 6, ongoing right now in Asaba. If you're part of the program yesterday, we discussed the ongoing 2022-23 Super 6 Nigerian Professional Football League Super 6 at Onikon Stadium, very close to us, and that was dealt interestingly. Today we have an interesting young man who has many publications on table tennis on the Nigerian League, talking about Hassan Abdulsalam, waiting for us in Asaba to tell us what is happening in Asaba as regards to female football Super 6. Abdulsalam, it's good to have you on the show.
Good afternoon, listeners. It's a pleasure to be on the show this particular afternoon to talk the Women's Football League, where drama, and it has been fun for since the start of the Super 6 here in Asaba.
I realize that today is a free day. That's why we can get to you. There's no football match there. Everybody is seated enjoying the free day. Tell us what the Nigerian Women's Football League is all about, the Super 6.
The Super 6 is the determination of the league, where the winner will be determined, and the winner will be going on with 10 million naira, while the first runner-up will be going on with 5 million naira, and the second runner-up will be going up with 3 million naira. It is the championship that is used to determine the champion and the representative of Nigeria at the CAF Women's Champions League later this year. The league started with an abridged format, Group A and Group B, with top 3 teams from each group advanced to this particular stage, where the 6 of them will slug it out to get the better result and the champion at the end of the day. It is the 6 teams where we have Bayelsa United, Bayelsa Queens, I beg your pardon. Bayelsa Queens is the defending champion in same group with in Group A with former champion Rivers Angels and FC Robo Queens of Lagos. Those 3 teams are grouped in Group A, while in Group B we have Delta Queens, Conference Queens and Edo Queens in Group B. The winner of each group will face each other on Sunday for the final, while the first runner-up in each group will face each other on the same day for the 3rd place game.
Yeah, which team have caught your attention so far? What's the highlight so far of the teams? I know that FC Obo is the club of the former Aziza Toshuala, the FC Barcelona player. We also know that Rashidat Ajibade was also in FC Obo, and that's
including Monday Gift as well before moving to Bayelsa Queens.
Thank you. So tell us what is happening. Do you think FC Obo can really bring out the stuff they're made of in Lagos to Asaba?
Looking at the caliber of players, the landlady of Lagos have paraded in this championship. They played 2 games and they've paraded quality players with talented mindset. We saw what they do on the pitch, but unfortunately, FC Robo are out of the Super 6 after losing their 2 games. They created enough chances to make them to stay in this particular championship. But unfortunately, they were unable to convert their chances, created over 10 chances, but unable to convert 1. Played 2 games, lost the 2. The first was against Rivers Angels, where they lost 2-0 before playing former defending champion yesterday, Bayelsa Queens, where the game ended 1-0. With the result, Queen Robos are out of the championship already, and as I'm speaking, they should be on their way to Lagos, or they should have been in Lagos already because they're out of the championship.
And I'm sure that Bayelsa United, Bayelsa Queen, who we know that are the defending champion, we also have Rivers Angel. What are teams that have really taking us by storm, apart from the fact that FC Obo is coming back, the landlady of Lagos, like you rightly called them? What other team is doing so well?
It is Super 6, and all the teams competing in this particular competition have shown why they picked the ticket for the Super Six. No doubt, we saw different tactical approach from their coaches, and these young ladies have shown the quality why Nigeria Women's Football League is home of talent when it comes to women's football in Africa. Rivers Angels. Yesterday we saw beautiful saves from the goalkeeper of Conference Queens, Linda Lijukwe. She was an exceptional talent, and no doubt she was part of the under-17 Women's World Cup late last year, where Nigeria set the record. She was part of the squad, and her experience really matters in that game yesterday. We saw how she handled and denied Edo Queens several times, where they could have gotten that particular goal, but she denied that team not to get a goal in that particular one. Every team in this championship have proven why they are in this competition. Different talent display from individual players. Should we talk about Taiwo Afolabi of Delta Queens? She was an amazing at the centre back to the attacking side. She has shown why she is part of the under-20 Women's World Cup that just finished, that won silver in Ghana. She showed exceptional talent on the field. And when we talk about Chioma of Rivers Angels, she has been an amazing individual talent. These teams are ready and they are fully prepared for this championship. No doubt, we've seen the best of women's football in Nigeria at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba.
We're also, our crew was in Asaba for the National Sport Festival, where we brought live of update on the National Sport. Now, talking about the Asaba Stephen Keshi Stadium, we know obviously that the stadium, as we see right now, is not filled, not even up to half of capacity. Is that not what we saw, or do you hear anything, or do you make a report on why, you ask any of the stakeholders why, or what have they done to ensure that we shouldn't be having almost an empty stadium for such a national event?
At the first, the video we saw right now is the first game, and then we know how the first game usually be in this part of the world. Even the Nigerian Premier Football League, the first day, the fans were not all out to share them up, and as things goes on, I can see what happened yesterday with a lot of fans trooping into the stadium to watch that game, and we saw that yesterday. When we look at the fan base, Bayelsa Queens, Delta Queens, even Edo Queens, fans were all available yesterday to share their teams up, and even the stand from the VIP to the other stand were filled up with fans, and hopefully we should get more of the fans to support women's football in the country. No doubt the turnout in the first day was very low, but what we saw yesterday was very, very encouraging, and kudos to every stakeholder who have put that in place. No doubt we can never get 100% due to the fact of how our football is being run in this part of the world. But nevertheless, we've seen something that we should appreciate, and hopefully the appreciation will continue when we see more fans troops in tomorrow and the final day on Sunday.
The reason why I asked, and that's based on the report where we, yesterday at the Mobolaji Sport Arena, we know that it's ongoing as we speak. That's talking about the Super 6, the NWFL Super 6. The capacity of the Mobolaji Bankantoni Sport Arena is not filled. And, we are wondering why we have this year for the male Super 6. And the male Super 6 is almost the same thing. What can we do? Because I know you have so much reports and you know so much about what's going on. What do you think the organizers rather, should do to ensure that perhaps open the gates for free, or what do you think they should do to enable people to come? So on the last day of the event, we have much more people at the Stephen Keshi Stadium in Asaba.
In football, you can never rule out sportainment when you add entertainment to football. These are the things other parts of the world use to attract fans to come and watch. And even the clubs in their respective base as their fan who traveled all along from different parts of the country to witness their games. No doubt you've seen that already in Lagos, because the final day on Sunday, Brian will be performing live on that day, and this will appeal to the mindset of individuals in Lagos to come down and to watch that beautiful round leather game in Lagos. And you can never compare that due to the fact that Lagos don't have a club participating in that particular championship. But here in Asaba, Delta Queens of Asaba are here participating, and their fans trooped out in thousands in their numbers yesterday to witness that game, and then they are all coming out to get that particular support for their darling team. No doubt, women's football can never, and it might not get the same approach the men's football is getting. Even globally, FIFA World Cup even reckon with that. The same attention cannot be gotten from the men and the women's football. It is not. It is done same thing across the globe, and if you are seeing same thing here in Nigeria, that shouldn't be a surprise for us. But nevertheless, the fans are coming out, and according to a report at my hand, there is a probability that a top musician will be performing live on Sunday to cheer the fans up and to give them that sportainment we've all been craving for. It is a final game, and before we see this kind of football, that will be maybe next week when we are having the Federation Cup final between the top guns in women's football in the country, Rivers Angels and Bayelsa Queens. But before then, the biggest women's football in the country, the final is on Sunday, and the top musician will be live to share the fans up, and fans have pledged their support that they will be around, because we saw that yesterday, and hopefully we'll get to see that. But we shouldn't compare men's football to women's football when it comes to the atmosphere of fans, and when it comes to the atmosphere of the followership, because it is not at the same level even across the globe. But we can do something better to prove them wrong in Africa.
Yes, also, well said, Hassan. Also, we know that it is Rivers United and obviously Eyimba and Remo Stars that will not be joining, representing our country, Nigeria, and the continent. Who do you think will likely carry the day?
We will be joined. It has not been confirmed yet. They've just played 3 matches, and they still have 2 matches to go. Although with the current table, Eyimba is topping, followed by Rivers United and Remo Stars on third, but things may still change with the 2 games are left to be played. But with the current table, and if you are seeing these particular 3 teams representing the country on the continent, no doubt Eyimba has been known on the continent for their surprises 2003 and 2004, where they won the CAF Champions League back-to-back, and Rivers United also proved them wrong this particular season, where they got to the quarterfinal of CAF Confederations Cup, and we've seen a lot of things from them. And no doubt, if these 2 teams are going to the CAF Champions League, they will surely represent Nigeria very well. And all they need is just to equip their team and go all out there to make Nigeria.
So
when we talk about Remo Stars, first time on the continent last season, we saw them. They went to Morocco and they did wonderfully well. But experience, it matters when it comes to football, and that is what as far of Morocco did to them at the Remo Stars Stadium in Shagamu. All they needed is just to compose themselves. But with the current squad of Remo Stars, I believe they have enough experience to go all out to the continent and get something meaningful for Nigeria at the end of the day.
So, you rightly said, and I'm sure I appreciate your opinion on the Super 6 in Lagos. But my concentration, I just use that as an analogy. Who do you think will take the day in Asaba, at the Nigerian Women's Professional Football League Super 6 ongoing? Who do you think at the point now, do you think will do so well at the end of the day?
Yeah, on papers, we are seeing 3 teams, Rivers Angels, Bayelsa Queens, and Edo Queens on papers. But with what we've seen, 2 matches played already, we've seen drama, we've seen things. I will give it to Delta Queens due to the fact that they have these individuals who can change narratives, who can change things, and kudos to the head coach of Delta Queens as well. But this particular team needed to prove, needed to reconcile and have confidence in their defense team. And aside from that, they are good to get the championship at the end of the day. But we can never say never, because this is football. Upsets can come in, and we may see a different thing at the end of the day. But as things stands with 2 goals already, 2 games already, I give it to Delta Queens.
Okay, Delta Queen to the with, and that's where the competition is in Asaba, where Delta Queen is home. Beyond
Yeah.
that, beyond that, Hassan, do you think the continuity of using a bridge format? We have an abridged format in the men's, and they give us reasons for that. Do you think it's a good one if you keep using an abridged league or an abridged format? Or what would the next season look like with so much to give for the world? Tell us, do you think it should still be another abridged league format next season for the
In
women?
the women's league or the men's league?
In the women's league, which we are talking about.
A women's league for the past 5 to 6 years, they've been playing a bridge format, and their season has been no shaking. They have a regular date to start and a regular date to end that particular season. And we've seen a lot of drama within the abridged league, but they've adopted abridged for league for years, and they've been doing fine. And then we saw that this particular season, where the champion Bayelsa Queens went to pick a bronze medal at the CAF Women's Champions League in Morocco. So it is a good advantage and a plus for the Women's League to adopt a system that is good for them, a system that has no bridges, a system that is working very fine. So it is good for them, and the only thing we just pray is they should continue to maintain the system to get a better result from the Women's League at the end of the day. But when we talk about the Men's League, we all know the circumstances that surrounded having a bridge league this particular season. They want to reset the calendar, meet up with CAF deadlines for releasing teams that will be representing the country on the continent, and we strategize, and a lot of things that surrounded having a bridge league. And no doubt, for me, the advice I would give the IMC to continue with this abridged league format. One is it saves stress of the players. We know how players travel in this part of the world for away games. It saves cost, and then we have quality time to follow and then have for the league. For instance, this particular season started January, yes, and now we are having to wait for the champion at the end of June. So that is something we want to be seeing. A system that has a permanent date for the start of the league and the end of the league. That is what we are clamoring for, and this is where investors will come in to get to support the league, because if you have a standard date, a normal date for the league, people will come to associate with the league and not just having different dates. Today you start December, tomorrow you start March, and next year you start June. These are not giving the league the proper recommendation it's needed. So I will support IMC, or I will advise them to stay with this abridged league format, and we end everything with the Super Six, which is a drama of festival, because we've seen drama in Lagos already. I was opportune to watch to see the first game before traveling down to Asaba. It was entertaining and dramatic. These are the things we've been seeing in the Nigeria league, irrespective. But due to the fact that it's not on television and people are not following, but with last few days we've seen in Asaba and in Lagos, we've seen something is good and the future is bright for the Nigeria men's and women's league.
Lastly, before I let you go, so that you have a proper rest for tomorrow's game, I'm sure that we'll call you later next week to analyze. Aisha Falode, has been stating the affairs of the Nigerian Women Football League. There was a press conference before this Super Six. What's the highlight of our speech? I think if there's anything to hold on to, that obviously gone are the days where there'll be problems of postponement, issues with the Women's League. So tell us, what were the highlights of the discussion and the speech she had before the beginning of the Super Six?
Yeah, she is not the current the CEO of the league.
Okay.
Her last tenure for the league was last season. This season we have a new team, but nevertheless, it is still the same individual, the same team, the same foundation she had laid, she has built everything to sustain the league, because during her time, the Women's League never had a reason to be on break or a reason for postponement. She had set the legacy, and the current CEO is following her steps and her pace, and she continued to vow. And before now, last season the winner went home with 5 million naira, but this season the winner will be going home with 10 million. That is an added advantage for the league, and for clubs that are coming, that they know that if I win this particular one, I'm going home with 10 million naira. And when you use 10 million naira to invest in women's football today, you will know, you will surely get the result, and you will know where is going to get. And she, during the press conference, she vowed and promised for better and growth and development of the league, which we've been seeing when we talk about everything that surrounded the Super Six. It has been an amazing and good development for the league, and people can even testify to that, because this should be the third or second time the matches will be live on streaming platform, and this should give us kudos that she's really coming, and she will surely get to somewhere at the end of the day. But this is just what we've seen, and hopefully the momentum can continue. But nevertheless, she promised for the growth and development of the Women's League.
Yes, thank you for your in-depth analysis and objectivity, Hassan Abdulsalam. I need to tell you that if somebody is watching you for the first time, I'm sure the person must have had more knowledge. You make me feel like, see if I'm already in Asaba with all this in-depth analysis. And that's one reason why we tell our viewers to always stick up with us when it comes to the local league. Thank you very much, Hassan Abdulsalam. Hope to talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
A wonderful, wonderful young man doing so well with his publication. It's not just into Nigerian Professional Football League. He also has so much to do with table tennis.